What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Post Pro Podcast. It is episode 35, and we have movie news. To start it off, I thought this was kind of neat. Noah Baumbach just recently signed a multi-year exclusive film contract with Netflix.
Who?
So, Noah Baumbach.
Baumbach? Marriage Story?
I feel like we talked about him a lot.
I thought you said sorry. For a second I thought I heard Neil Blomkamp and I was about to shit my pants. I'm like, why didn't you tell me this sooner?
No, not Neil Blomkamp, unfortunately, but Noah Baumbach.
Noah Burkhart has signed
Noah Burkhart has signed a deal.
Film deal with Netflix.
How wild would that be?
You know, I guess
so. Marriage Story 2 is in the works.
Thinking about that, Collin, I know you very often don't like a lot of the Netflix films. Do you think there's a specific reason tied into how they might push a director? Because Irishman, other
Marriage Story,
Marriage Story, Devil All the Time.
Well, I liked Marriage Story. I thought Marriage Story is really good.
Yeah.
But in terms of ones I didn't like Roma
Laundromat.
or the Laundromat. Does that one even really count? Because that one wasn't critically acclaimed. But The Five Bloods.
Yeah.
I feel like same with Devil All the Time or Trial of Chicago 7. I feel like whenever a good director is put on a Netflix movie, sometimes they just don't look good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean,
or at least they don't look great necessarily.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not.
Yeah. I'd ask because seems like every single Netflix release that comes out, you're just not good.
not every single one, but you know. Then I saw that, of course, we got, this is HBO Max, but The Little Things is releasing tomorrow, and I haven't heard good things, but I'm going to watch it.
I actually have.
Really?
Not great things or anything, but I've heard it's not dog shit or anything.
Okay,
I good in it at least.
Yeah, I heard it's not bad, but I heard it's just kind of forgettable.
I heard it was a waste of talent.
Ooh. Well,
I don't know. I haven't even heard that. But
either way, I'm going to check it out. And that kind of leads me into, because Jared Leto is in that, I saw that Jared Leto and Darren Aronofsky, funny enough, who we'll be talking about later in this episode, is re-teaming for a Blumhouse supernatural horror movie. So Darren Aronofsky is going to be directing this. Jared Leto is going to be starring, and it's apparently a seafaring supernatural horror film that takes place on a sinking ship or something like that.
Did you just say Blumhouse?
I did.
I want to get a screen cap of Sebastian's face just in that moment.
So I think that will be interesting to say the least, because Blumhouse. I mean,
it's the thing with Blumhouse is it's when they want to try to make an actual film, they'll do it. I mean, Get Out. I've liked quite a bit of Blumhouse's stuff. Yeah, Whiplash. I mean, I'll even say Halloween because I thought that was pretty good for Blumhouse. Hearing Aronofsky apparently teaming up with Blumhouse, I just don't know what to feel about that. That's interesting. Yeah, because that's either a dumpster fire or a gold mine. It's probably going to be a gold mine or a dumpster fire. It could be both. We'll see.
At the same time, yeah. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of relevant considering the movie we're talking about.
Yeah, and then just Blumhouse, just slap any shitty horror movie at Blumhouse and it's instantly profitable. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be called Adrift, apparently. So.
And Jared Leto's starring.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I'm down for some Jared Leto. I'm down for some more Jared Leto. He doesn't get enough credit, honestly.
Yeah, and that was all I had. If anyone else had anything, I know Sebastian, you got the whole AMC scenario.
Well, we got Godzilla versus Kong trailer, boys.
Oh yeah.
Which I'll mention real quick. Looks about exactly what I expected it to look like. Godzilla versus Kong. I'm just hoping. With the trailer that came out, it showed us maybe 2 or 3 fights. Hoping we get enough fighting, because if I have to deal with Millie Bobby Brown screaming on screen again, I will clock out and
I'm-
just
I'm-
probably stop watching.
I'm telling you, man. After I watch the trailer, I feel like it's gonna be King of the Monsters all over again. You know, Kyle
We will see. We will see.
running
We will
around
see.
yelling military government stuff.
Mechagodzilla.
I don't know what you really
Godzilla.
expect from these movies. Like, name one Godzilla movie that's just been like 90% Godzilla fights. Zero. None of them. Ever.
Well, new Godzilla, sure.
Yeah.
Old Godzilla was
No,
just
no, I don't
fucking
know. I guess I haven't seen all of them. or any of
all
them,
the
but-
old like Toho Godzilla was literally that was it. It was just Godzilla fights fucking Mecha Godzilla, and that's the movie. And then you have some humans trying to, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
But-
We have some humans.
but it's-
yeah, there you go.
but they're not like as crucial as they are now. They were just
No, I
there.
get that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. We got Mecha Godzilla coming. Hype. I'm hyped for that. Anyway, on to stocks. I wish Michael Bradley was here to
Talk
talk
business.
business talk with us, but I'll take over. I'm not the most business savvy person, but I have been on the ride. That's why I got AMC in the background. Reddit, they came together and they shot GameStop and they shot AMC to the moon. And by that, I mean they all decided, hey, let's all invest in these two dying bankrupt companies and just shoot their stock up. So AMC had like a 200% increase from like $2 a share to like 15, like huge boost. And today, lots of shit went down, but it's not really important. It's just stock crashed a little bit, but it's going to go back up, I think. But AMC has slightly been revived, but they are in so much debt. They're still in so much debt that even with all of this, I'm going to put this in quotes because I mean it's still free market manipulation from these Redditors. AMC has slightly been helped financially, just a little bit. So, movie theaters in general, maybe just AMC might see the future a little bit longer. Because of these Redditors. So I guess thanks Reddit for boosting AMC stock and helping out the movie theater industry just a little bit.
So now
So
we can
we'll
go
s-
see Godzilla versus King Kong in theaters.
Yeah, so happy to see that in the theater. So that's I just thought that was interesting to mention because they kind of helped out the movie theater industry, and I mean that's what they were trying to do, kind of. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year, because it's looking like a lot of shit is already getting pushed back, which I don't even think we mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like six
It keeps
movies.
happening. We're not going to talk
Well, yeah,
about
I know.
it every week.
Exactly like new every week, but like 6 movies got pushed back again. I'm not even going to mention them because it doesn't even matter at this point. Godzilla vs. Kong got pushed back just a week.
Yeah.
They had the
I know.
sizzle reel at HBO Max with the all the different films they're gonna be showing off. We got like 2 seconds of Mortal Kombat footage. We got some
2
Suicide
seconds
Squad.
of
We got
Space
some
Jam 2.
we got some Suicide Squad footage finally, which I think it looks fucking awesome just from what I've seen. There was a guy floating in a costume. Don't know what that was about, but really excited to really see all these movies. So hopefully HBO Max delivers. So
Yeah. Noah, Thomas, do you have anything movie news wise you want to talk about? Or
No.
Nope.
No.
alrighty then, let's move on to what we watched over the past week.
I watched nothing.
Sebastian. So then start it off.
I watched nothing.
Other than record.
Well, actually, I lied. I just didn't log. Like, again, some of this shit I just forget to log because it's like I know you do your film school log, but like a lot of these movies, I just don't even want to log on my letterbox. Like,
Dude,
I just don't
log them.
because some of them, but they're so stupid. Okay,
Like
anyway,
what?
The Yearling.
I don't know.
Yearling? Okay, it's this movie that was made in 1946, and it was shot in Florida. And fun fact, Collin, this is why I'm a little shocked you don't know what this movie is. It was filmed in your hometown.
Wow.
There was scenes filmed there. Anyway,
Epic.
The Yearling, 1946. It was a post-Civil War movie, based on a book of a very
yeah, I watched this.
it sucked. Okay, but here's what was really awkward about it in terms of the class. My teacher was like, "Tell me why this movie works and tell me why it's great," and I'm like, "Isn't the whole point of film that it's subjective? So I could fucking absolutely hate this movie." So right, I watched it and I'm like, "Yeah, this really was not good." So I literally had to do a discussion post and I was like, "Yeah, I didn't really like this movie, but here's what works, I guess.
Yeah.
The only thing I really enjoyed was the cinematography. For 1946, I think that's the year it was made. Very good cinematography, actually. Very good. The acting was okay. The story is just literally like Old Yeller, pretty much. So
except with the deer.
Yeah.
Old Yeller for dealer.
Nothing much to say about it. It's fine. Then I had to watch. You're gonna be baffled by this one, but I had to watch these for one of my classes. I watched Us, Jordan Peele's Us,
Okay.
and I watched Fargo.
You told us about that.
Yeah.
You told us about this. Come on.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, you said you had to choose between them, right?
But I just ended up watching both of them and reading both the scripts for them. I went the extra mile. So, Fargo, I really obviously think it's a great movie. I like it a lot. Same with Us. I think Us honestly is a little underrated in my opinion. Kind of looking at it now, you don't really hear many people praise it, but it's actually pretty great. It honestly is. I didn't really like it when I first watched it, but I've seen it like 2 more times now, and every time I've watched it, I've kind of got to understand more of like what he was trying to go for and what the deep message of the film is. And there's just a lot to unpack in that movie, and I didn't really think about that initially when I watched it. So watching it this time, definitely liked it a lot better. And I'm just excited to see what Jordan Peele does. I'm really anticipating his next movie. I don't know what. I think there's a couple little information about it out there. I know he's been working on something. He's just kind of been producing stuff, but really excited to see what he does. I think he's definitely out of the new age filmmakers. I think he's probably like the most talented in my opinion. I mean, having two pretty, I mean, dude, literally directorial debut is Get Out. I mean, Get Out's fucking great. It is. It's the truth. And then just makes Us, and then everyone's like, yeah, I don't know about that one. But yeah, I liked reading both of their scripts too. With Us specifically, it was really interesting to kind of see how he wrote all of this dialogue, and then like in certain scenes in the movie, he just didn't even like, there was no dialogue. Like he wrote all this dialogue, and then in the actual scene, there was no dialogue, and it was just the score and like what was going on. So I think he kind of changed the tone when they were filming it a little bit. It's interesting, especially with the script. The way he wrote the script was just, it was almost like he was just kind of letting like the rest of the cast and crew kind of like do what they wanted to do on screen. I don't know. Just it was interesting observation, because Fargo was very by the book. Like everything in the script was pretty much what happened on screen. But with Us, it was like, here's like 10 pages of dialogue, and then the actual scene was like nothing.
I know the Coen brothers are very particular about their screenwriting.
Yeah.
So like whatever they write on the page is going to be what's filmed.
So it was just kind of interesting, because I know I'm probably the only one in the class that actually watched both movies and read both the scripts, probably. So it was just kind of interesting seeing how Jordan Peele's directing style is different from the Coen brothers, which I mean is kind of obvious, but you know, whatever. And then I watched WandaVision episode 3. Won't get any spoilers. But shit's going down. It's getting really interesting. It's getting really fucking interesting. So this next episode is going to be like the penultimate like what the fuck episode, I think. Also, fun fact, episode 3, I don't know if any of you have watched it, but there is a fucking clear Eternal Sunshine fucking homage like cinematography shot. It's like it goes on for like 5 seconds. I'm like, I see what you guys did there. I see what you guys did.
Yeah, I'm gonna get around to it eventually.
And then, of course, I watched Requiem for a Dream, and that's really all I watched this week. So on to the next individual in the podcast.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I'll go because
Thomas, go.
Yeah, okay, Thomas, go.
This happens every week.
This happens every week. Go, Noah.
Literally every week.
All right, fine. I'll go.
They're like a married couple.
Wait, who's going? Noah's going.
Apparently I am, because Thomas.
Yeah, you will go, Noah. Yeah, go,
exactly.
Noah.
Okay,
go,
so that's
Noah.
what I'm doing.
Marriage Story 2. Marriage Story 2, right here.
Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. So I started off the week with Pine, Darren Aronofsky's directorial debut. As it turns out, it's pretty good. It's a, I don't know, intense little thriller. I mean, it's pretty much exactly what you'd expect from it, I think. Which is honestly why I had put off watching it for so long, because I was like, man, it's like about a guy who gets obsessed with numbers. That sounds really dumb. But then I was finally just in the right mood, and I was like, yeah, I mean, It's good. It is pretty dumb, but still good. God, Crocodile Dundee 2, which is awful. Just truly, like, okay. Anyway, A Little Princess by Alfonso Cuarón, which certainly like has its problems in a lot of ways and is pretty uneven. But I think Cuarón is a good enough director and manages to get enough good performances out of the child actors, which is most of the cast, that it ends up working on mostly like, what do I want to say? Maybe like an allegorical level. I don't know if that's exactly right, but you know what I mean. Just kind of like on a basic story level. And then performances are great and everything. Ordinary People, Robert Redford's directorial debut. Hey man, it's honestly great.
It is. It's
yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to say. I just feel like it handles its subject matter particularly well without feeling like overly preachy or awards baity, which is what I think I would have expected going into it. Except, I don't know if I actually was expecting that. Well, whatever. But anyway, well, oh yeah, right. Because people often complain about like it beating Raging Bull at the Oscars and also Elephant Man at the Oscars, which I don't really care. Like, it's probably my least favorite of the three, but I mean, I don't know. It's still pretty good. So I don't really see what people are complaining about.
Yeah, Robert Redford is just, I mean, he's a legend. I mean, I honestly have never seen him do anything quite bad. So.
I mean, I guess I haven't either, but I've only seen him in 5 things, and then I've only seen Quiz Show.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So that's my favorite.
Yeah. It's great in that. What else? And then I've seen him in the Marvel movies and Sneakers, and that's it.
I forget he's in the Marvel movies. I honestly forget that all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, because he's barely in them, but yeah. Anyway, pretty good. I'd recommend it. City of God, just also pretty good. But no, I don't really have a lot to say about this one.
It's a masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like,
it was pretty good, Collin. It's a masterpiece. I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it.
But like, I don't even have any. It just like didn't fully like.
Yeah, you don't have to like force.
Yeah,
something
no.
if you don't have anything to say.
Well, whatever. Okay, there we go. It's pretty good.
Here, Collin, do you want to talk about City of God for Noah?
I actually have never seen it.
Okay.
I've never seen City of God, so I got to add that to the watch list.
It's good.
Yeah, neither did I.
Where'd you watch it?
Yeah, it is good. Huh?
It's on HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Tokyo Drifter on the Criterion Channel, which is like a weird movie. And Collin, I read your like criticism of it afterwards, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. It's a very
I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, it's not exactly like disjointed because like the story is like told chronologically and there aren't any like weird flashbacks or anything. It's just very sort of lackadaisical pacing, I guess. And like the editing isn't like that weird. Yeah, it's more like the pacing than the editing, but I guess the two kind of blend together in some sections. But anyway, I think like the use of exactly. I was gonna say I think the use of like color and set design is just like incredible. It's great. Great. And some of the fight sequences, particularly towards the end, are pretty good. If not like overly showy or anything, they're still pretty fun to watch. Then I watched Welcome to Marwin.
You had an interesting week, dude. You really had an interesting week.
Oh my god. But hey, welcome to Marwin. Pretty good, you know? I don't really know what to say except that it's pretty good.
You're one of
Robert Zemeckis.
I just hated that movie, but
yeah, I mean it definitely helps like going in with knowledge that everybody hates it and also having seen every Robert Zemeckis movie made beforehand. Yes. So, you know, it's not like you're like disappointed.
You have done the nation a great service.
Yeah. Sounds like torture. So
it's not. It's pretty good. Well, yeah, whatever. I don't know.
It's like for every like
really good.
It's like for every one good Zemeckis movie, there's like 5 awful ones, and then there's like one good one.
I don't even know. I feel like even if you went by like normal metrics of like what people like normally think is good and not good, I still feel like it's like 1 for 1. Like what he's got. Back to the Future, all 3 of those are widely considered good. Castaway, Roger Rabbit, widely considered good, I would say. Contact.
He did Roger Rabbit? Fuck, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I guess he has a little more like bad than good. Anyway, it's not really what this is about. Well, I mean, I guess it is in this manner of speaking, but
Slightly.
I don't know. I think Welcome to Marvin is, first of all, too weird to be like outright dismissed. I don't know. In many ways, it's a lot like Forrest Gump, in that it like toes the line between sort of like an embracement of sentimentality and like a criticism of sentimentality, and it's really hard to tell like what it is. But I mean, I don't know. There's just like too much going on into the movie to either way say like, oh, Robert Zemeckis is like definitely like way too sentimental at this point, or like, oh, he's definitely like really cynical and actually he's like an unhailed like master and nobody realizes that. And you can't really say either of those things like for sure. I don't know. Just a very bizarre movie.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Well, yeah, I think like, so. Part of the reason that I liked it is it. Okay, and also I haven't seen the documentary it's based on. I'm sure if I saw that, I would probably dislike this movie because it does seemingly like whitewash a lot of the stuff around like this person's life and their attack and everything. But I think part of the reason that I liked it is because it is a very, not exactly uncritical, but like unjudgmental look at like a person who is very clearly strange. And if you just like met them, you would be like, that's a strange way to act and a strange way to be. Even though again, like it's changed from how the actual Mark Hogenkamp is and acts. And, you know, it's not like he's clearly like a good person or a bad person in this case. Like he is making art as a way to heal from his trauma, but it is like weirdly sexual and arguably invasive. But, you know, that's not necessarily like the worst thing in the world. And I just think the movie takes like an interesting perspective. But what do I know? Anyway, God.
And that concludes our podcast about Welcome to Marvel.
Yeah.
The Aristocats, which was, I guess, a rewatch, although I really don't remember that much of it, but I know I'd seen, I mean, I guess I've probably seen it in whole. The only part that I really remembered was like the 5-minute musical sequence towards the end, which is honestly my main takeaway. It's like, wow, I remembered like none of this, and the first 60 minutes are like really, really boring, as is most of the movie, honestly. But I mean, it looks great, and it's a Disney movie, so I don't know, 3 stars, who cares? The Sugarland Express, which, I mean, so Spielberg's feature film debut, he did like TV movies in it, or I guess one TV movie and a couple of TV episodes beforehand. But I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, although a bit long, honestly. It's like almost 2 hours, and it definitely didn't need to be 2 hours, but it's fine. Gangs of New York, which is great. Assault on Precinct 13, which is pretty good. But
I was shocked that I saw that you watched it. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! That's like, dude, oh my god, I
like John Carpenter. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I love. I honestly don't have a problem with any of his movies. They're all fucking awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the only problem that I have with this movie is it is a bit like it's very clearly like one of his first movies. Not in terms of necessarily, more in terms of like writing than anything else. It's just kind of very simple and very short.
Isn't there a remake?
Yeah, there is.
I have not seen it. I've not seen it.
Me neither. Ethan Hawke and maybe someone else. I'm forgetting. I think like Chris Whitaker, maybe.
Maybe I might have to watch that shit.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, it was fine. Rewatched Back to the Future Parts 2 and 3. Pretty good. The Descendants, an Alexander Payne movie. Just like, I don't know. It's like, I guess going for a comedy like type drama, but it's very hard to tell whether it wants you to be more invested in like the drama or the comedy side of it. And yeah, I mean the drama almost entirely fails in my. Well, no, actually, I guess the drama is slightly more successful than the comedy. I don't know. It's also like one of those very, very dry comedies. So like, if you are like taking it as a comedy, you're like, but if you're taking it as a drama, you're like, is this supposed to be like funny? Like, what's going on here? But
isn't that's kind of like Alexander Payne's writing style, though, right? From what I've seen.
Yes, but like, I don't know. Election, which is the only one of his that I really like, is like very clearly absurd events like happen, and even though like all of the performers are like very dry and subtle. I don't know. It's just very clear that like the things that are happening in the movie would not actually like,
Right,
really
okay.
happen. So I think it's much more clear that it's supposed to be like a comedy. But I mean, I don't know. And The Descendants is very literally like, let's just take a situation that happens all the time and write a comedy around it, and or a drama. Again, I don't really know. Very odd that it won. Well, I guess not that odd, but whatever. A screenwriting thing, when honestly that's one of the least successful things about it, in my opinion. Requiem for a Dream, and then Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, which is not great.
I can't fucking believe you watched that shit.
I mean, why not?
Dude, I can't sit through any Steven Seagal movie without wanting to fucking kill myself because he's literally one of the worst actors I've ever seen.
Yeah, he is. Have you seen any of the ones like before, like he just started directing them?
Yeah,
now?
I've seen Under Siege. I haven't seen Under Siege 2, and then I've seen like what's his big one? Oh god, the one that made him famous.
Oh, Under Siege, honestly.
There's one other one where he's like a fucking cop. He's like
Hard to Kill.
That's it. Yeah.
Wait, so did you see Under Siege? Like, have you seen Under Siege?
No.
No?
No. I have not seen
So
it.
you just watched this.
Why'd you watch the second one?
Well, one, because I was in the mood for something like sort of trashy / bad. And two, because like, come on, look at that title, look at like the director, the star, and tell me that you need to watch the first one to understand what's happening in it.
That's fair.
I mean,
like Die
yeah,
Hard,
I get that. If it was me personally, I'd have to watch them in order.
Like,
but that's not
normally I do, but honestly, like for action sequels, it's like you take maybe like one character motive from like the first one, but like it's reestablished.
Yeah,
anyway
you could literally watch any Die Hard movie and just go like, oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Even though like
no, I get it.
Yeah. But I don't know. So that's not very good. So anyway.
All right, Thomas, finish up real quick?
Yeah. Much similar to Sebastian, very small. Nocturnal Animals, which was pretty good. I mean, hey, Jake Gyllenhaal, Amy Adams, both terrific actors, and I mean,
that's
good.
Recent, right? Like 2 years.
Nocturnal
2016.
Animals?
That's what I was gonna say. I remember that movie. Yeah, it's been.
Yeah,
dude.
you gave it a 4.5 on Letterboxd. You were actually the only one that had seen it. I'm surprised Collin hasn't seen it.
Did I review it?
Yeah, I just haven't reviewed it because that was before I started reviewing things.
Oh, you should rewatch it. It's good.
Oh, dude,
I'd like to rewatch it.
Damn, it's been so long then. Shit. Because I remember when I first started my Letterboxd, I was just going through shit I'd watched and just remembering like if I liked it or not. So.
Yeah. Well, it's good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And then Requiem for a Dream.
All right. Yeah. All right. So now it's my turn. What I watched, I started off the week with Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, which was the next one in this DC animation.
I haven't seen it, and I won't be watching it thanks to you.
Dude, it was like I don't even know like what the word is. It was just really bad.
That was the one I think I'm mistaken for the other Suicide Squad movie you watched. Is that the one? Because
Assault on Arkham was really good. Assault on Arkham was pretty good.
Is this one that because you told me this is the one that connects with Flashpoint? Isn't there like this epic shootout and they all like fucking? There's a guy that fucking explodes in blood and gore, right?
Maybe. I honestly don't really remember much.
Because I think what's her name? Viola Davis's character. She has like those explosive implants, and I think some guy blows up, and there's like.
Well, yeah, I mean that happens in every Suicide Squad movie because Amanda Waller is always threatening to blow him up if they don't, do what she wants.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Anyway, so this one was one of the few rated R films in these DC animations.
Then it has to be that one.
And it was just trying so hard to fit the rated R, feel. It was like going really heavy with the gore and the sex and the language and stuff. And it just felt all forced because like it just didn't work at all. And that was part of the problem, like tonally. But the main issue was the script. Literally everything that happens doesn't matter at all. There's only like one portion of the plot that actually matters. And the way it was handled, which is how it connects to Flashpoint, the way it was handled is just really dumb.
Also, it's really late. It's also really late because I know this movie's newer to connect to Flashpoint. It's like, oh yeah, you guys remember that Flashpoint movie we made like 5 years ago? Yeah, it's connected to that.
I don't mind that it was like later because I figured there was going to be some sort of tie-in at some point. But the way they handled it, it was just really dumb, and it didn't work for me at all. I was really let down. It kind of ruined the whole movie for me.
Yeah,
But,
no, I am thinking of that movie because I do remember fucking Reverse Flash shows up and he fucking I did. I only saw that one scene where he fucking shows up because I wanted to see how it connected to Flashpoint. That was it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw all you needed to see, I guess.
Okay, good. I don't need to watch it.
Then I watched this 1950s French short film called The Red Balloon, which was pretty all right. It's highly regarded as like one of the best short films of all time. I thought it was fine. It had some cute and clever moments, but nothing particularly amazing. Though the like special effects they used, because it's about like a sentient balloon following this kid around. I was impressed by the special effects they had for the time.
Sounds like it.
It's not as dark as it. Let's just say that. Yeah. Then I was going to watch Batman Ninja, but they only had the English subtitled version on HBO Max, and I wanted to watch the original Japanese one. I'm sorry, they had the dub on HBO Max, not the sub. I wanted to watch the sub. But then I was like, I can't find it, or whatever. So I was like, I just want to watch something, whatever. So I rewatched Yogi Bear, and about 15 minutes in, I was like, this was a bad idea, Collin, because it's really bad. It's incredibly bad. I mean, honestly, it's about as cliche stories get, and the visual effects are terrible. The acting, and like Anna Faris is incredibly bad in this movie. Tom Cavanaugh, he's all right.
I can't believe we're still in that trend of, hey, let's take animated thing and make it live action, and we're about to have Tom and Jerry. Yeah. I think we all know how that's going to turn out.
Isn't that
it may not be bad.
Like 2D though? Like,
but it's like
probably going to be bad, but I don't think it'll be like
they just
awful.
Don't give up. They keep doing this live
really
action. Like, hey, let's throw like
fucking. I mean, I'm pretty sure they all make like a lot of money.
Yeah, so we'll see how Tom and Jerry turns out. But Yogi Bear was like, it's awful. It's one of the worst.
Like, okay, the best part of Yogi Bear is actually Dan Aykroyd and Justin Timberlake as Yogi and Boo Boo. They're actually not bad. I would say they add some charm to the characters in the film. But like overall, I mean, I wanted it to end like 15 minutes in, and it's only an 80-minute movie, but it feels really long. So yeah, I suffered through that. Then the following day, my brother saw that I had Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, in my watch list on HBO. And that was a film we used to watch like all the time as kids. We were super into Power Rangers when we were younger. And so we decided to rewatch that. And it was kind of fun. I mean, it's not aged well at all, but I mean, it's Power Rangers. So, I mean,
it
was cheesy and dumb.
Did you ever see that, like, I forget who did it, that R-rated Power Rangers short film that went on YouTube?
No, I haven't seen it.
Dude, it's fucking awesome. And it makes me want an R-rated Power Rangers because that shit would be fucking awesome. Like, imagine like because, dude, it's so fucked up. It's like someone's, one of the old Rangers is going and killing the old Power Rangers. And there's like full on blood and gore and like just completely just off the wall.
Yeah, I think I've seen a clip from it or something.
Dude,
yeah, I remember when it came out.
Awesome. It'd be fucking awesome.
But this was it brought back a lot of memories of watching this film like dozens of times as a kid, which was kind of cool. It's not good though. I watched this short film by Andre Overdahl called The Tunnel, which was actually very visually good for a short film. Had some interesting ideas and stuff. I wish they were a little bit more developed, but definitely wasn't bad. He was the guy who did Troll Hunter. That's what I know him from, which is a really funny movie, really good movie. Then in film school for our Hitchcock class, we watched The Man Who Knew Too Much, which was a remake of actually one of Hitchcock's earlier films. And it was pretty disappointing. Yeah, there's not really much to say. I just didn't really like it. Bicycle Thieves, then for my other class, film history, learning about the Italian neorealist movement. And it was okay. Not really my thing, but it definitely had really good performances from non-actors and a simple style that mostly worked. I decided to rewatch Detour, that film I watched a couple weeks ago in that class. I finally found the restored version, the restoration, which looked a heck of a lot better. And I actually appreciated it a lot more this time. Then I rewatched Pi, which is a solid film debut from Aronofsky. I really like the score and just the sound in general.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the score is really cool. Also the cinematography and lighting, how harsh it is. It's maybe a bit too much in certain instances, but
I think it works for like 80 minutes or however long it is.
Yeah, exactly. And then I rewatched Requiem for a Dream last night. So I think with that, we'll hop on into that discussion. All right, Requiem for a Dream. It was only Darren Aronofsky's second film, which is pretty impressive in my opinion. It was adapted from a novel. It's about drug addicts and obsession and addiction and all that good, happy stuff.
Yeah, real thrilling.
Stuff that really makes you smile.
Yeah. This is only the second time I've seen it, actually. I picked up the 4K not too long ago. Yeah, they just released
this. Is like one of your few prestigious 5 out of 5s.
Yes. I'd been wanting to rewatch it for a while, but it wasn't anywhere for free. But I finally got the Blu-ray when that came out. The first time I watched this, I was like, I'm going to watch Requiem for a Dream. And it absolutely devastated me. I was bawling my eyes out by the end. And then I had to go to work, like in 30 minutes. I get to work and I'm just like depressed and sad. And my manager's like, oh, you all right? And I was like, I watched Requiem for a Dream before coming to work. And she was like, why would you do that? So that's a fond memory I have of this movie, if you can call it fond. But it didn't hit me as emotionally this time, obviously, since I've already seen it. But I still think it's an absolute masterpiece. I mean, the edit in this film is phenomenal. Some of the best editing I think I've ever seen. Performances are really solid, especially from like Marlon Wayans, who, usually is in those awful films. But Ellen Burstyn is fantastic in this movie. I think she was nominated for an Oscar, if I remember. I can't really remember.
Probably, yeah. Probably. If not, I would be surprised.
Yeah, it's just an overall fantastic movie. I mean, it's devastating, and it's definitely not the most subtle of movies, which usually, if it's subtle, I kind of have a problem with. But I think Aronofsky just subject matter so well.
You needed to see definitely that side of shit. Like if they just kind of see that's what I have with problem with a lot of movies. It's like you have subject matter where like dealing with drugs or a character that's dealing with drugs, and then you won't actually show it, and you don't really understand like the pain and the struggle that characters are going through. But again, that is the point of this movie. So I mean, it is really nice. I'm not really nice, but it's nice to see that level of on-screen capability from Aronofsky and the script. I mean, the script's fucking excellent. Again, everything Collin said is I totally agree with. I think this movie is fucking great. I think it does. Hated watching it though. Hated watching.
I can understand that. I think it does a really good job as well with the script of like introducing the characters and bouncing back between them and giving you just enough of what makes them tick and how they think and stuff to really kind of understand what they're going through without obviously like.
Back to Jared Leto, underrated as fuck.
I think Jared Leto is a pretty good actor. Yeah.
I know, but there's a lot of the thing with me with Jared Leto is it's like he does a lot of movies where he's just kind of like, oh, he's the side character, he's that, and then he has every once in a while he does like a big movie and then he's really not good in it, like Morbius. I'm sure it's gonna be fucking awful.
So excited for that one.
Yeah, which got delayed. Whatever. Besides the point.
It'll be better than Venom,
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But it's this movie's great. Aronofsky, I mean, second film. I just think that's kind of mind blowing to think how he only had one movie prior, which I haven't seen. I haven't seen Pi, but definitely ambitious. I would assume going from Pi to this, correct? I would assume that's a pretty big leap of.
I mean, Pi's a pretty ambitious debut.
But I'm talking about subject material. Subject material.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I haven't seen Pi. That's what I'm asking. Pi. Yeah.
Pi is
In terms
pretty,
of subject material, no, these are kind of similar, honestly.
yeah.
I
Interesting.
mean,
Well,
obviously, it's not like drug addiction and Pi, but I mean, it's close.
yeah, I obviously I don't do these drugs, but from what I've seen on screen, it looks pretty accurate. So I'm wondering if Aronofsky, shoots up and
I don't think he is.
You know,
It's like a
he just
method
probably
to it.
he read the novel, and obviously that struck a chord with him.
but yeah, no,
Search.
I just don't really have much to say about this movie, just because I don't want to say too much. It's kind of it's really a fucking depressing experience that I think everyone should at least see. I don't want to rewatch this movie. I really don't. I don't have the desire to ever watch this movie again. It's definitely for me like a one-time watch. I've seen enough. I thought it was great. I thought the acting was fantastic, editing was fantastic, script was fantastic. Everything about it was really great. I just
And
don't ever want to watch
that
it.
score is
Yeah,
by the same
score
guy
was-
who did the Pi score.
Fucking
It's,
awesome.
it's so
It was a
good.
good score, but I don't ever want to watch it again. So
No, I get that. All right, Thomas, Noah, which one of you hated
Yeah,
it?
Thomas, what are your
no,
thoughts?
I liked it.
Okay, well, I was just.
I expected it to be. Oh yeah, because we're breaking the mold. If no
Yes, yes.
the film to unite the two podcasts. Oh,
Do you
man.
not have anything else to say on it?
No, I mean I liked it. I expected it to be a lot less grandiose, I guess is the word. Where it was a lot. I mean, score was fantastic. The actual main theme has become like so legendary in pop culture now too that I didn't know where it was from. I wasn't expecting it. It's something
Yeah.
that relates so much to like action movie trailers now, I feel like. And then it comes up during this sad, depressing drug movie.
It's really powerful, especially
Yeah,
in
it's
that
like,
finale, paired with the
Oh, man.
cross-cutting between everyone's story and the finale. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
devastating.
Oh, and the editing in this is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no,
It
it's-
bounces between. Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's good.
I mean, I didn't dislike this movie at all. Like, I
Okay, there
definitely
you go.
liked it.
Here we go. Yeah.
But I mean, come on, guys. Really?
I know. I thought he was good in this. I don't even like Jared Leto that much.
I don't know. It's less of a problem with like his performance or anything. I think most of the characters are vastly underwritten for you to like care about them, and then most of their things are just like sort of addiction. And I think like Burstyn and Connolly are kind of exceptions, but I still don't think they're like super well written or anything. But then like
that's
Leto
fair.
and Wayans have like
That's fair.
like what am I supposed to grab onto? Like they steal TVs, except it's their own TV, and that's their one character trait. Come on. I mean, I guess I mostly agree with what you're saying. I do think the score is a little overbearing. Like, come on, it's playing in every scene.
Yeah.
But objectively, it is good. I just found it to be like tedious at a certain point because it was like,
Sure. I think there's
Yeah.
like a heightened sense of drama and tone in this movie.
yeah,
I can see like off-putting certain people. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I think that just because of everything surrounding it and like the realism and impact it has, I think it works.
yeah. I mean, I don't even necessarily disagree that it works. I don't know.
Thank you, Aronofsky, for rapid cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was just never really drawn into it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what my main problem with them, and I guess like that basically is what it is.
No, if it's the characters, I mean, that can definitely just take you out of it if you can't really
Yeah.
get into
But I do think all of the performances were like good and everything, and I think the edit was good. I think the score was good. Yeah, I'm not really disagreeing with what anyone's saying.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have much else to say. I think it's just a really well-made, well-edited, well-scored, well-acted,
Mhm.
well-directed. I think it's well-written. That finale still hits me every time. It's
Yeah.
very powerful.
So-
Also, I think the visual effects in this film are pretty good as well. That like, I mean, it's not really a lot, but that particular scene where
Oh yeah, yeah.
the TV
Yeah.
comes out, I thought that looked pretty cool. Also, honestly, that
Yeah.
whole sequence is pretty terrifying. Only Aronofsky could make a refrigerator scary.
Yeah.
So,
It's
like there was a lot of Lynch influence in this as well, which I think in Pi,
drugs, guys. Don't do them.
drugs don't do them.
Drugs are pretty bad. Well,
Drugs are bad. Okay.
drugs are bad.
Is that what you're going to say?
There we go.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Well, you think I was gonna say, yeah, I'm shooting up on the daily. What the fuck you saying? Come on.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Certainly look like
His dad opens the door behind him.
Oh, bro.
All right, so I guess if no one else has anything else to add, I guess we'll do ratings. For me, Requiem for a Dream is one of my all-time favorites. I think it's a masterpiece of a film. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
9 out of 10 for me.
9.
All right.
Wow.
8 out of 10.
8. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting that actually. Wow. Whatever. I'm just gonna stick with it. 6.
6. All right, and so that is an 8.25 out of 10. That might be up there as a post-pro.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We won't go through it, but that's probably at least our highest movie, probably, I would say.
Yeah, I won't be surprised.
It's probably close with Looper, because I think Looper still, I think, across the board was pretty high from all of us.
Looper.
Yeah.
I mean, we weren't doing the ratings, but yeah, everyone likes Looper.
Yeah, probably, yeah. All right, so Requiem for a Dream. It's a great movie. And with that, I think it is Noah's pick.
Oh, shit.
It is Noah's pick.
Is the pick Noah?
Uh-oh, Noah's got to pull one out of his ass real quick.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, all right, whatever. I'll just go with what I had. My original concern was like maybe this is a little too similar to Requiem to a Dream, just in terms of like it's sort of a heavy-hitting drama. Although I haven't seen it, so maybe it's not. But my pick is Secrets and Lies, directed by Mike Leigh. 1996, nominated for Best Picture.
I've never heard of it.
I haven't seen it, so I don't really know what else I can say about it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I know Mike Leigh, but I've never seen this.
Yeah, neither.
I have never even heard of it.
Well,
all that pops up for me is an American television series and then the movie. So I guess, is that like do they turn into a TV show or something?
That doesn't seem unreasonable. The Secrets and Lies is also like it's not like an idiom or anything, but I mean, it's a fairly common phrase.
It's got positive reviews. I'm actually kind of excited. Who's in this? I don't know any of these actors. All right, I'm excited.
I'm pretty sure they're all British actors. Yeah.
All right.
So I think
Secrets and Lies.
Secrets and Lies. I think that's going to wrap up the 35th episode of the Post Pro Podcast, where we reviewed Requiem for a Dream. And make sure to stay tuned next week, where we'll review Secrets and Lies. Alrighty, signing off.